Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Kain, I'm a League of Legends player and a League of Legends coach. Now that last thing is quite important as that's what we're going to be doing in this game, or in this video today. We're going to be coaching somebody. So on Reddit sometimes I post that I want to do free coaching if I have a little bit of time on my hands. And so some people replied to that. And today we're going to be looking at a Platinum player, I believe, or an Emerald player who demoted to Platinum. I will give you the context in just a bit. Because what he said exactly on Reddit was the following. I'm in a mad losing streak from Emerald 3 to Platinum 2 while playing Vlad. It is by far the most played champion of mine and I have like 400k points and I used to consider myself pretty good with him. But in this season I just can't go like I used to. I think I could use a review. So I heard your screams and we're basically going to do it. I would love to help you out here, so we're going to do it. Keep in mind, guys, this time is the first time that the person who asked for the review will also see this review here. So just together with you with him, you will see this game here and this review. So let's get started. So first off, right off the bat, what do we see? We can see here our comp and the enemy comp here. We play into Kassadin, right? The Kassadin who already died here, I see, due to the Nidalee. But we play versus Kassadin. Vladimir versus Kassadin matchup, typically pre-6, that's where you shine the most, where you can easily outrange him and just bully the shit out of him, right? After level 6, if you struggle to get a lead pre-level 6, the matchup will turn into a little bit more of a difficult matchup, like a skill matchup. But pre-level 6, that's where you want to shine and where you want to deny him farm, where you want to bully him, potentially kill him, and build your initial lead. Then as for the jungle matchup, we play Nidalee into Diana here. Nidalee is a super aggressive early game jungler, considering that she already just picked up a kill on the Kassadin here, that will make sure that she wants to invade early on, and you should keep that in mind as you will have prio into the pre-level 6 at all times. Right? Into pre-level 6 Kassadin you just win early on, so you will have prio. So that means whenever Nidalee wants to invade, and you know she might want to because it's a Nidalee and she already has a kill, so she might want to snowball, you might want to be in a position to move. With that being said, what I don't like right now, right off the bat, is your screen feels like insanely chaotic. Your chat is, in my opinion, too big, but that's not even the main issue. Your HUD is super big. Just put it on the smallest option, make it as small as possible. There is no need, like you get zero value out of making your HUD any bigger than like the minimal size of it. Right? You don't get any value of it. So just make it a minimal size so that you won't get more screen, right? That's very important. Other than that, there's way too many screens here that you don't need. Why on earth would you need in Platinum, Emerald, or any ELO actually, would you need item and gold difference for the champions? Why? We're not in an LCS Pro game where we're watching the game and we are interested in all of... No, you just press tab and you'll see what items people have and all those things. This is so useless. Just go, put it away from your screen, right? Here too, your average CS. There is not average CS or gold per minute that you need to compare yourself to the average Platinum player. None of that matters. It's all game dependent and you should strive for as much CS as possible anyway when you play Vlad. So this is just useless. Just get it out. Spell and skill timer. This is the most useful thing I would say you have, but realistically, this is only useful if your entire team does it and they will sync the summoner spells with your team. I don't think many people will use it in your game typically. It would be insane if everybody in your team uses this. So no, I don't think a lot of people use this. So just skip it, because typically what you're only going to be tracking is going to be the flash of the Kassadin, which is going to be very important, and maybe the teleport, and you can do that manually. Just type in chat, for example, let's say Kassadin flashes at 5 minutes, type in chat, for example, Kassadin, no flash, 10 minutes or something, and then you just Ctrl-A, Ctrl-C it, and then you can copy-paste it in chat to make sure you always see it and your teammates always see it. That's going to be more important than just using this timer because one, many people will not use this timer and then they won't have any information about it. And two, realistically, you're only going to be looking at Kassadin anyway, so you don't need this entire block here of spell and skill timer. It's just too much. So remove all of these extra things. You don't need them. Your chat could be a bit smaller. Your HUD should definitely be smaller. And your minimap could actually be a bit bigger. Right? It's quite important, your minimap, and you put it almost as big as like the spell and skill timer. So please don't. Right, make your minimap a little bit bigger, your HUD smaller, and remove the other things. Also here we have like icons for build, just remove it. You have 400k points on Vladimir. If by now you don't know what items to build, right, that's a problem, right? So just remove these items. We know what we want to build, right? If they have typically squishy champions, that you can easily blow up, like typically a lot of range champions that you can easily blow up. You can just go Cosmic Drive right now into a Death Cap, and then if you need Magic Resist, if they build Magic Resist, you can go Void after your Death Cap. If you don't need Magic Penetration, you can go Storm Surge for extra mobility in team fights, or Zhonya's if that's your preference for that game, if it's good in that game. If you play versus more tanky team comps, you could, for example, go Cosmic Drive into a Rift Maker and then into Death Cap or Void or Zhonya's or Storm Surge, whatever you prefer. But that's typically like you either go Cosmic into Death Cap or Cosmic into Rift Maker, depending on whether they have more tanky or beefy champs or not. So it's very simple right now, this build. Now this will change in the next split, I would say. But yeah, it will be the same. At that point also we will know the standard build, and then you don't need all of these things. It's not that good. Okay, so I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. So we go to lane. We do way too many auto attacks here. You are playing in a melee matchup. Why do we do all these auto attacks on the wave? We will have prio anyway. Every time he walks up, you should punish him. And if you do that enough, he will get soloed so that he will stop walking up. And at that point, you will have full prio over the lane. And if he's good, at level 1, he knows if he walks up, that will happen. So he will not walk up. And then you also get prio over the wave. So we don't need to auto attack the mini wave here this many times, as we will have prio over the wave anyway. And now we're just speeding up the push and making it like we're going to get quicker to his turret, meaning that he will quicker be safer in his turret to farm minions, which sucks for us. Also here, why does he get an auto attack off on the wave? He's a melee champion or a range champion. Every single time he walks up, like here, already hit him, start hitting him, walk up and already start hitting him. Auto attack Q, for example. Like it's just illegal that he gets this off for no reason, right? He got multiple auto attacks off here. Again, we don't punish him here. And now we're going to walk up, right? Okay, fine. But he doesn't have his 3 minions here, right? He doesn't have his 3 minions here, which is a very big issue. You know why? Look, we're going to take here, if he just turns on us, we're now going to take damage of these 3 minions here, and we're walking in a melee range Kassadin. So also he has Electrocute, I believe. So look, in what world is it allowed that a level 1 Kassadin procs Electrocute on a level 1 Vladimir? Right? Whenever he was walking up to the wave and auto-attacking, you had 3 hits on him. You didn't do it, and now you felt forced to do it later. And now look at the trade. You're going to take minion aggro here still. So look at the trade. It's not looking that great, right? We should dominate him, and we should be full HP, basically. Again, he's getting all these auto-attacks. Of every auto-attack he does, he should be punished. Right? It's very simple in this matchup. Okay. Why do we Q? Our Q is our main trading tool in this lane. 8-second cooldown right now. You Q way too many times on the minions here. Why do you need it? You're still quite healthy. That is 8 seconds that you can't trade with the Kassadin. That's 8 seconds that you can't really bully him. You can bully him with auto attacks, but that doesn't do that much damage, right? So here, definitely don't Q too many times on the minions. Okay, here you can Q for the sole reason of I think it's good right now to get out of the lane and to place a ward. If we're not looking to trade with him anyway, then we might as well just do our Q, get the extra healing, and then like by the time we go ward and come back, we will have our Q up again. So now you could do your Q on the minion wave. That's fine. Okay, so you don't go ward. So first of all, what are you going to achieve here? If you want to push, you're going to do 0 damage as the resistances of the turret are still up until 5 minutes. So you're going to do 0 damage to this turret. 2, pushing like a Boolean Kassadin realistically. Sure, you can do it realistically, but number 2, like what happens if the enemy Diana tries to gank you at level 3, for example? Right. So we need a ward. So even the pushing here and bullying him realistically doesn't feel that good, as we will need vision for Diana. So this is a perfect moment to just go to a side, bot or top side here, and place a ward, and then you just hover that side of the lane that you warded, and you will be safe. What side should you ward here? Well, it depends. Like it doesn't really matter what side, as long as you just ward the side, hover the side that you warded. But this game, I would ward the top side, solely for the purpose of your Nidalee is spotting, like she's gonna end up on the top side scuttle. So you might as well then place a ward on the top side scuttle side of the map, so that 1, you will spot Diana there if she wants to go to scuttle or want to gank you, and then you can hover to the side. And 2, if Nidalee goes to scuttle and Diana is on scuttle and you're already hovering that side of the map because you warded it, you can instantly move to that fight as well if a fight ever happens. Okay. Again, why do we queue these minions? 8-second cooldown. That's 8 seconds that we can't really bully him. Now we have to like auto attack E or something. Right, so keep your Q. Yeah, this is fine. We poke with Q, that's a lot better. Okay. That's a fine Q, I would say. Why do we walk up there? So here you do the Q, right? You got off your damage. I guess it's fine. It went through the shield, but it's fine. Could have been worse. So 9-second cooldown right now. And why would you walk up here? You have range to last hit minions, and there's not even a minion in last hit range, but yet here you walk up. Why? Do you want to fight Caston right now? You don't have your main trading tool right now. Do you want to fight him? You don't. Right? Just play it safe. You're about to have a freeze on your side of the lane, which will be perfect. Nidalee is about to finish her clear here. So you could easily just set up a perfect ganking opportunity for your Nidalee right now. Instead you try to overforce it. There's no reason for you to walk up all the way here without your Q. So now you're in melee range. Yeah, okay, you EW, which is not that good, I would say here. Because again, we don't have any wards, right? Every single time you W, you could die because Diana could look to gank you. Right, for example. So keep that in mind. Without wards, it feels so bad to W. So that's the first thing you need to fix, your warding. Number 2, so far, you're not playing as aggressive enough onto the Caston whenever you should. And then when you shouldn't play aggressive, when your Q is on the cooldown, for example, that's when you look to trade, which is not good. So then here we take a bad trade because our main trading tool wasn't on cooldown. Okay, you live that. The EQ here, so I'm not really caring about the flash so far from the Caston, but like the EQ of you, this should never work, right? This ideally, well, considering now he did flash, I guess it would work, but keep in mind, like if he would still have flash right now, definitely don't do the EQ. I'm saying this because not that you do it in your game, but I see many people do this, even when the Caston would have flash right now, and you would EQ onto him with flash, he would also just flash away, right? So then it wouldn't work. Keep in mind, it would be better than to just ghost at the Caston and kill him that way. This game, it doesn't really matter because he has no flash, so right now if you EQ flash, he's dead. But I wouldn't want to waste my 5-minute cooldown. I see right now Diana top lane, so we know she can't be here. Also, if you warded the river, we knew she couldn't be here. So then we also don't have to flash because we know we can just run him down. He just used his abilities onto us. So what stops us from ghosting at him, doing our red Q, and at that point we just win. Right? We ghost, we red Q, he doesn't have damage to kill us, and then if he tries to turn onto us, we just activate our E and he's dead. Or if he keeps on running, we just activate our E and he's dead. So you didn't need flash here. Right? You could have just ghosted him. And that's a very big difference because that's a 5-minute cooldown timer right now that you could have prevented from wasting, basically. Okay. Now we just push this wave as fast as possible. What did you do with your pool? Let me see. I guess this is fine. Okay. Yeah, the wave is quite far away, so he might not freeze it. He will just let push it in. Okay. So this is fine. I fast forward. You buy Ionian boots. This is not good. Not a big fan of the Ionian boots. Why? We have a hyper carry Nidalee. We AP champion, right? You are hyper carry champion, AP champion. I have Nautilus AP damage. So you have a lot of AP in your team. Also, you play versus Kassadin. So magic penetration is always good against Kassadin. But like, considering that the enemy team will stick magic resist, because of the fact that you have a Nidalee and a Vladimir and even a Nautilus, but mainly like you and Nidalee, that means that you should buy Swordfish shoes, as enemies will likely stack magic resist. Like Riven will, for example, go with a Hex Drinker this game, right? Which is quite important. So then Swordfish shoes would have been better. Okay. Also, I see that so far you play with locked camera, and I'm not a big fan of it in the sense that you shouldn't always play unlocked, but it should at least be a mix between locked and unlocked, because you can get a lot more important vision in your screen. For example, right now the top side of the map is warded, right? So you can just look at your minimap whenever Diana shows up there. So what could be more interesting to keep your character model, like your camera, like make your camera end here, right? Your camera should end here, so you barely see your champion. And then, for example, you see all the rest of the lane. Because if Diana moves from there, for example, you would see her. Right? That's how you could abuse your camera view. You could see a lot more. Okay. Here we have a temporary freeze, which is amazing. So here, what are we focusing on? We're looking on temporary holding the wave on our side of the lane. It creates opportunities for Nidalee to gank us, and 2, whenever we hit 6 on this side of the lane, we have opportunities to run Kassadin down. So here we look to fight Kassadin. We shouldn't really look to fight. We can look to poke him with Q, and then perhaps use E to trim the wave, but that's our main goal right now. Keeping the wave on our side of the lane. So you take it. Why do we take all these melee hits? Why do we just stand there? Why do we walk up like this? You auto attack him in melee range. Like, you're not gonna, like, look at these melee traits. Right? You should absolutely destroy him, and the traits are actually like you almost lose the traits. Right? So keep that in mind. You don't play enough with your range. Also, we didn't pay enough attention with the wave state here, so our freeze is broken. Right? Okay. We do have a lot of vision though on the map, so we can do whatever we want. Okay, you missed your E, but that's fine. You can just look to dive. You're about to hit level 6 here, so you build a big wave and then you look to dive, right? That's the game plan here. Just be careful that before the dive, like now you have wards, but they might expire, right? We don't know. We just check them because we need to make sure that we have vision before we do the dive. So if, yeah, I can see it like here barely. It was like super low, the ward, so it might expire. So before the dive, make sure to set up new vision so that you don't risk dying to Diana if you dive. Also, something interesting here. Look, Nidalee recalls, and what we see on the map is you're going to see like this ward, right? You see like people pop this ward here. That's Diana. Why? We see everybody on the map. We see Riven, Kasten, Xayah, and Milio on the map. So we know Diana is there. So we know Diana is topside right now. That's interesting, right? We could place, for example, a ward on the topside, Raptors, for example, of Diana, to make sure that whenever we dive the Kasten, she can't just follow up. Okay. Yeah, we should definitely dive him. This is a very big wave, and he's low. But keep in mind, we have zero vision on the top side where Diana might be. So a high likelihood that she's either on grubs or that she's waiting on Raptors to cover the dive that you're going to do. I would say she's on grubs, for example, or clearing her topside jungle as it's platinum, and she's probably not going to think about covering this dive. But she might, especially like you said, you were Emerald 3. I think in Emerald people would already start considering covering these dives. So keep that in mind if you place a ward on the top side of the map on her Raptors, for example. This will help you a lot with doing this dive as well. Okay, let's see how we do. He doesn't have his ult yet, and he doesn't have flash, I believe, so this is a free kill. Okay, he got his ult. He kind of misplayed it there, but hey, we get the kill, so this is fine. We get the plate. No, this wave I wouldn't necessarily take. Yeah, so this wave I wouldn't necessarily take. So one, we get a plate here, so that's just great. The wave will be pushing towards us anyway, so I wouldn't take this next wave. Also, we know that Diana did the grubs, so we know she's coming. And 2, if we stay to take this wave, we're going to give tempo to the Kasten, who's now level 6. Because if we stay, what's going to happen? Right? If we stay, either Diana might come, but let's say even best case scenario, Diana doesn't come. Then what happens is you try to take this wave, you overstay, Kasten walks to lane, and then you will recall because you have a lot of gold. While you recall, Kasten pushes in the wave mid lane, and now he gets to take plates himself, or he gets to go to your bot lane, double kill your bot lane, or kill your top lane, or invade your jungler, whatever. You give him tempo to do all sorts of things, and you don't want to give tempo to a level 6 Kassadin, who's very mobile, right? So just go away. You got the plate, you got what you came for, get out, right? We stay, and then I think we saw here Diana, so just, she's level 5, you're level 6. Can you win this? Yes, you will always win this, but can you kill her? Without ult, without sums, no. Super unrealistic to kill her here, and she's just keeping you busy. She's just keeping you busy until Kasten comes. So just skip her. Instantly go to your turret and recall. Now we do this. I don't know why we do this. Why do we even fight her? There's no chance of killing her, so what value do we get out of trying to fight her? And now Kasten is going to come, and he might keep you stuck in lane, for example. And if you do end up recalling, he's just going to get tempo to roam. Right? Like, look, right now, what excuse does Caston have to stay in lane? The wave is in the middle of the lane. He has a free angle to roam here. Or he could even shove and take plate and then roam maybe. Right? But he has all these opportunities to roam right now, which is not good. Also, we are way too long in base. While recalling, you look at the items you want to buy. You have 1.2k gold. While recalling, you think of what you want to buy. Now, typically, that's going to be you want to build Cosmic Drive. Best component of Cosmic Drive in the majority of your games is going to be Fiendish Codex. So that's already 900 gold that we're going to spend. And then what is left? It's about 400 gold. So if you wait a little bit, we can maybe build an amp tone, or we can just pick up a glowing mode. So here, again, just Fiendish Codex, instantly buy it. I don't know why we built Kindle Gem, but just like, what does Kindle Gem give you? I think it's like 10 ability haste and 200 HP, something like that. Fiendish Codex gives you 10 ability haste and 25 AP. It's a lot better, right? So we built the Fiendish, yeah, okay, we built it and then instantly go with glowing mode or the ruby crystal or the amplifying tone, doesn't really matter. I would probably go, since we destroy this Caston right now, I would probably go with more damage. So Fiendish Codex into an amplifying tone. That's exactly what you buy, but it took you way too long. Why you didn't think of what you would buy during your recall. Right. Now, this is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I mean with you gave Caston tempo by overstaying in lane. You got baited by the next incoming wave and by Diana. And now your Caston, one, what sucks here for this is one, your Caston that gets a kill. That is what is annoying. But your Jinx is going to miss XP and she's going to miss gold, which is even worse. Okay. As a reaction, yeah, we kind of have to make up for our mistake, so we should push, look to take a plate. You have demolished this game because you have grasp. So maybe you can take a plate here. If you didn't have grasp, I probably wouldn't even go for this plate. Like if you didn't have the demolish, but you have. Here, again, while you take this turret, you're not doing anything. You're just auto-attacking the turret. So you think of something right now. You think of, okay, Caston is going to come, right? We know he went bot lane. We know he's going to react to this. He's going to come. Who might also come? Maybe the enemy support, Milio, or Diana, or maybe all of them. So you have to care. We think, okay, do we have vision? Is there a ward on the bot side of the map? In that case, you could say, okay, if I see Caston and nobody else is behind him, the moment he comes in lane, I can all in him because I know he wasn't full HP when I saw him in the bot lane. That's one thing, right? Or two, you could say, oh no, I don't have vision right now, which is the case. So there might be people behind him, like a Milio, like a Diana, for example. So you have to be careful of that. So right now you can't really all in the Caston, but you see, you already determined your game plan and what you're going to do while doing something else. Like here, it's very dangerous to keep on walking up, right? Because Diana might be here, Milio might be here, who knows? So again, first place vision, we lack vision right now. Diana was on dragon, but what if before she did the dragon, she instantly came mid, right? That's what I mean. Also, Diana did dragon right now, so we have to be super careful. We know for a fact that Diana is on the bot side of the map and she did dragon. So she might come to you. She might also not. She might recall or take her camps, whatever. But we know she might come. So at the very least, I like the fact that we hover topside, right? That's something I like. Okay, Caston is, he's playing very aggressive. Right, Diana is also coming here. We see it on the minimap. So here, big mistake, and I think it's due to your, it's due to two things. One, we literally get a notification, hey, Diana took dragon. That's basically a notification that says Diana could come to mid lane right now. That's one. So we play on the top side of the map, right, ideally, and we look to walk away the moment we see her. So we should constantly be looking at the minimap or using our camera appropriately. How could you use your camera right now? You could use your camera here. The end of your camera on the left side should be here. So you only see your character model, and then all the rest of the lane here, up until like the brush of the river, that's what you would use the rest of your camera for. So you would play it unlocked right now, and then you would instantly see when Diana comes. Or you can just play locked, which is not something I like, but you could play locked here, and just look at your minimap. And the second Diana circle shows up on the minimap, you react and you move away, right? But you get less information that way. You don't get the information of her HP, of her mana, of her level, things like that. So here he already plays aggressively, he postures aggressively, so we know Diana is here. Also, keep in mind, Milio is also missing, so she could also come. We see Diana on the minimap right now, but yet you're not moving, you're walking up, even though we see Diana on the minimap. Because you're playing locked and you're not paying attention to the minimap. If you play locked, you need to watch your minimap, right? That's one. And two, you could also play unlocked, which would be better. So only now we see Diana, only now we react. I like the fact that we get the ult up on both of them, we EW, and the EW is not that good. The W, what does it block? What does the W block? Right? Wait until Castan uses his Q, then charge your E. Whenever Diana tries to ult you, that's when you W. Right? Because now you're forced to flash, because if Castan goes in there on you, you might be dead. So yeah, not great that you use your W like that. Also not great that you didn't pay attention to Diana because she just did Dragon and we knew she was coming mid. Or that she could be coming mid. So basically, here I was muted, I think. But here, a great play actually, what's happening is your ADC, your Jinx, and your Nautilus are moving mid lane. They're pinging to go mid lane. Now, what does that mean? That means that right now, you might be able to get a kill onto the Castan. Why? He literally saw you pull. Here he saw you pull and flash away. So he knows you have nothing right now. So with your bot lane coming, you need to bait here for a potential kill. You need to walk up, you walk back, you need to walk up. He can't kill you in one combo. But he might be tempted to go onto you because he knows for a fact that you don't have W. And right now you also did your Q, so he knows you have nothing. You have no ult, no W, no Q, no flash. He knows that. So he wants to go in onto you because he thinks now is a great time to trade. So with your bot lane coming in, that's a perfect time to bait him. You walk away, so you're not baiting at all, which sucks. And now, look, you're still not baiting actually. I was hoping you would bait. You're still not baiting. But now he knows you have pull. He knows, right? He doesn't need to know your exact cooldown, but he knows, hey, if the Vladimir now hasn't like pulled, like he did his pull and now it's like been 15 seconds, he doesn't have to know that it's exactly up, but he will know it's about to come up or he might have it or like he almost will have it, things like that. He will have a feeling for it, right? So now he's not going to all in onto you. You have a lot of HP and you have your W, so he can't win right now. Only reason he can win if you have more HP than him is if you have no abilities, right? So now you try to walk up, but that's bad, right? Now he doesn't have a reason to go onto you. So that's that's an issue. Okay, you look to bully him. And then here, interesting play, but you have multiple options. This wave is pushing towards you, so you could say, okay, I'm going to actually, like here, it's pushing towards you, so you could actually say, hey, I'm going to recall here, for example. But you don't have a lot of gold, so that sucks. Number two is, if you really want to get a recall off, then I think it's better to just push these minions, kill them. Take the next wave, that will give you more gold to recall, but you will still not be able to buy anything significantly, and you're full HP. So there's not really a reason for you to recall, and considering you have Grasp with Demolish, I would just push and take the third. So that's the game plan I would go for. Let's see what you do. Do you recall? No, okay. Okay, you go for the third. I like that. Okay. So we get extra gold here. I like that. This is fine. Keep in mind, we have 0 vision set up right now. Bot and top, we see 0 vision. So can we fight the Castan right now? No. Because we don't know where Diana is. So you have to set up vision. How do you set up vision right now? You just go to side lane, bot or top. Not the side lane, but like the river. Bot or top. Doesn't matter what side, and you place a ward, and then you just hover that ward. Doesn't matter what side. Right now I would place it on the bot side, simply because well, you could place it on the top side actually here. Because your Nidalee is low, she's about to recall, and the Herald is about to spawn, or like the Grubs are about to spawn actually. So what you can do is, considering that Nidalee is low and Grubs are about to spawn, she will probably recall and go topside. And then if you right now have a ward topside, that could give you important information on what Diana is doing, and potentially keep Nidalee safe for doing the Grubs. But as long as you place a ward and hover it, I would already be happy. But your warding is non-existent. And these trades are super bad right now, because what are you going to do? Are you going to pull here? If you pull right now, you can't play the game for like, what, 20 seconds? Because he can just kill you without pull. And Diana could come then, and you're just dead. You wouldn't have any escape tool. So this feels super awkward, so you need to ward before you can trade here. Also, you walk way too many times in melee range. Like, look how many auto attacks he gets off of here. That's 1, that's 2, 3, 4. He gets way too many auto attacks off on you, right? That's so much damage he gets onto you. 5, right? That's the 5th auto attack that he did. So yeah, keep that in mind. Don't just, you just always walk on top of him, right? Use your range, kite him. Use your range versus melee advantage. Okay, so here, issue. So Caston is moving, and the problem what I have here, look, you right now think this should be always an automatism. If somebody is about to push in your wave, you have to think, do I need to stop them? Because right now, what could he do? He could go roam, he could set up wards, he could go recall, right? One of these things. So right now you have to think, if Caston recalls, I don't really mind, right? I don't really have to stop him. It could be risky here to stop him. You might die, perhaps. So it could be risky. So for recalling, you don't really have to fight him. For warding, also not. But what if he roams? Is he in a position to roam right now? Well, he is low, but look at your teammates here. You don't really look at your side lanes too often. You don't really use your if keys. I would heavily suggest that you start using them. But other than that, you can also just look at the icons here above your minimap, and I see he does have opportunities to move. Why? He's low, but your teammates are lower. Nidalee is lower. Jinx is lower. Fiora is lower, so he could always move. So here you might want to keep him in lane. So what I would do here is potentially you have Ghost and Ult about to come up. You could play with that to keep him in lane. Or at the very least, if you don't want to do that. Also, look, he moves bot lane. Right? This is an indication that he might go bot lane. But if you don't want to keep him in lane here, for some reason, if you think you might die or whatever, then you just ping it. You just ping to your bot lane that he goes. But you should already ping right now. I'm not sure if you're about to ping, but you should have already done it. Right? So I don't see you ping right now, and you're still not pinging. So yeah, so keep that in mind, right? I don't know if he goes bot, he might also recall, but he could go bot because your Jinx is low, right? So I'm paying attention to the minimap right now, but I don't see him, so I guess he just recalled. Oh no, okay, actually he is there, right? So he's bot lane, and your Jinx is low, so worst case scenario, he gets the kill. He gets the kill, that's typical, right? The Castins, Katarinas, they always get the kill in their roam, unfortunately. But there, right, you could have prevented it by either just keeping him in lane, or if you thought you would die if you did that, then worst case scenario, you just ping that he's going bot lane and it would help your teammates. But I don't see a single ping. Doesn't mean that your Jinx wouldn't have died if you pinged, she might have still died, but then at least you did your job. You can only do your job, right? Okay, so Caston is recalling. Okay, we type here, interesting. My bad dude thought he went B. Well, indeed, right, if you don't know what he's going to do, just ping. Look at your minimap and think, what could he do, right? Okay, Caston is being held up in the enemy jungle, but this is not good. Well, you could, like, Caston is recalling here, right? We saw that he started, look, we see that here on the minimap he walks away. And again, I hate the fact they have so very little camera usage, right? You should use your camera instantly on this fight to see. You could use F keys or you could just drag your camera there for all I care, right? But as long as you look at it, that's super important. Because you want to know, what is Caston doing right now? If Caston is still fighting here, you need to attack the turret. You need to get something while he's doing something. If he's recalling, we need to get the hell out of here. Why? He's probably going to have teleport up again. So, and if he has teleport, he can, one, keep us stuck in lane again if he comes, or two, if we decide to recall, he will get tempo out of his teleport, again, meaning that he will be able to shove the wave while we walk to lane, and he might roam and kill somebody. Right, so keep that in mind. You always have to think of tempo in these matchups like a Katarina, a Fizz, a Zed, a Caston, champions who could easily steamroll your team with ganks because they have a lot of mobility. So keep that in mind. So you need to look here. Here we saw briefly Caston's recall timer. Ideally, you would have looked at it with your camera, but we saw that he started recalling on the minimap. So here, you know, I need to back out instantly because in case he has teleport, and we think he has teleport right now, then we need to get out. So now he has teleport. Now you could time it in your chat, for example, right? You know, he has teleport, you could time it in your chat. And you type it, you do Control A, Control C, and then you can just copy paste it constantly. So now indeed we're stuck in lane, and if we were to recall right now, he would either take plates or be able to roam, so we gave him tempo. So in order to avoid giving him tempo, we should have recalled instantly. We should have paid attention to when Caston started his recall and then just instantly recall ourselves. Okay. So we're sitting on a lot of gold. We don't want to fight at any cost right now. We don't want to fight. Why? Why? Even with Nautilus here, he can still kill you. Yeah, we also have no warding, so why do we fight? We don't want to fight. We don't want to fight. Like all of this, you could say, yes, okay, first of all, we don't have vision on Diana, so she could come. We're not going to kill him with Nautilus. If he, instead of ulting away, he ulted on you, he might kill you later. So many mistakes here and many things to keep in mind, but the main thing is just don't fight. Don't get baited by your Nautilus, just don't fight. You're sitting on 1.5k gold, basically. Right? You have Ghost. You are about to spend a lot of gold. You're about to have flash in like, what, 100 seconds, which is like a minute and 40 seconds. So if you are a little bit patient right now, you could potentially get a situation where you get your fully completed Cosmic Drive in a bit, with your flash and ghost up, with your ultimate hopefully, leaving you basically with a free team fight on any objective or for any reason at all, where you could get like basically win the game in like a minute or 2 or 3 from now on. So keep that in mind, right? Don't waste anything here. You're low, you have a lot of gold unspent. You don't want to fight. So just don't. Look at the bigger picture. You're looking on the short term here. You get baited by your teammates. Okay, so we do end up dying. We get a kill, but we do end up dying, which sucks. Luckily, we didn't use a summoner spell, which is fine. Okay, so at the very least, we didn't use a summoner spell. So this is good. We have our ult, we have our ghost, we have our flash in just a bit. We have Cosmic Drive. So in about 50 seconds from now on, I want you to basically force a fight as you're at your strongest right now. Right, so I basically want you to force a fight in just a bit here. Okay, here. This is perfect. Caston is moving towards the grubbies here. Instantly move. Instantly move to the grubbies. What if Diana's there? Doesn't matter. You're gonna win. You're gonna have your sums up and ultimate in just a bit. So just move. Right, look, Diana's there indeed. You could have moved. You could have potentially seen what you could have done, right? You push this wave. Is it a bad call? No, also not. I don't think it's a bad call at all. But I would have moved at least because we're strong. If we're strong, I would move. Okay, we get a free third, which is also fine. I think we could have gotten a third anyway if we like go to that fight and we see, for example, if we see, hey, it's not a good fight, we back out and we still take third. Or if we see, hey, it's a good fight, maybe you get like a double kill or something. But okay, this is fine. But they can't kill you. So this is chill. Now you reset, or like here, let me go back here. The moment on your map where you see like the dragon icon, so here, and just a bit you're gonna see the dragon icon. So I'm gonna wait, so you see it. Means dragon's gonna spawn in a minute. Now you already need to be very aware that that dragon fight is why you live. That's why you exist as Vladimir. You will have your flash, your ult, your ghost. So don't waste anything for that dragon fight, right? That's super, super important. So here, with that in mind, you could actually make an argument to not move to that fight. I would still move. I would at least move my camera and see, do I need to move, right? I would be very hesitant to use sums in that fight. I probably wouldn't. But you could move and see, do I need to go there? Or at the very least, use your camera. You have very little information, so you can't make a good decision here. I can't. It's impossible for me to tell me the best play here is to kill the wave and go for third. I can't. Because I need more information. I need the information of you looking at Caston, knowing Diana could be there. It is a playable fight. Is Caston low? What is he going to do? If Diana goes there, can you win it with your Fiora, for example? Right. Look at the information that you see. Press tab. What are their items? What are my items? Right. Now, with that, I would at the very least want you to look at that fight. But hey, with Dragon coming up, you're going to have your both sums. You typically don't want to waste your sums anyway right now in this fight. So then you might as well go for this wave and for the third. But at the very least, look at the fight and see if you can be of some value there. Okay, but we do get a free third. Yes. Okay, Dragon is about to spawn. So here then we don't really want to recall. The stop fight, yeah, ideally you go to Dragon, but it's fine to be here, I guess. Just don't use any sums. This is fine, I would say. I think this is a fine move in the sense that, like, if your Nidalee is not showing any intention of going to the Dragon, so you might as well secure this then. You pick up a kill, which is fine. If they haven't done Dragon, you just rush to Dragon. You just rush to it, right? You win this. You have, like, Cosmic Drive right now, two summoner spells and an ult. No, just start the Dragon. Okay. No. Don't use your R like that. Don't use it like that instantly. Don't. You need to wait to have an opportunity to, at the very least, hit 2 people. So right now, that would have been this opportunity. So if you just kept your R here, you waited, now you would have had like a double, you could have R, EW, and you would do like insane amount of damage to both of them. Right. Okay, skip the Milio. Why? Skip the Milio, skip the Milio, skip the Milio. Go on to Xayah, go on to Xayah. Right now, if you did a red Q onto her rather than on Milio, she would have been dead. Right, so focus on Xayah. And now we flash, which sucks. We didn't have to flash here. We could have easily gotten the kill if we didn't focus Milio for some reason. Now we flash and we're gonna die here. Yeah, this is a dead. We are dead normally. Okay, we live. Why does he back off? With the hand in his back, he could easily win this. Okay. Very weird fight. I would instantly reset here. I wouldn't continue all of this here. So let me see. So here, don't focus the Milio, focus the Xayah. After killing the Xayah, you can see whatever you want to do here. But you're basically looking to recall here, as your Nidalee is going to die anyway. So here your Nidalee is already dead. So what you want to do is just get out, look to reset. You have a lot of gold to spend. So here, if he goes out, just go out, recall. Who's the only person here, right? I think it's your Jinx and your Nautilus. They can easily back out. They weren't even like deep in the fight. They can easily back out. You back out, spend your gold, and then together with Nidalee, you walk out of base, and then potentially can take the dragon. Or like kill them if they are on dragon. So I wouldn't continue this fight. You wasted your both sums, you wasted your ultimate. There's not a lot of value you can do here. You're not going to kill people typically without your ult, without your sums. It's just a coin flip. It's hoping the enemies just will run it down, basically, right? So here, we're still here in this fight. It's ridiculous how long we fight this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Play it more slow. Yeah, okay, so first things first, we should have first focused Xayah. You focus Xayah for a very long time. So look how long this fight takes, man. It's insane. You should have just focused Xayah. Suddenly you shift your focus onto Milio because she's low. I don't care. Just go for Xayah. She's the main opportunity. You don't get any value if you kill Milio. You need to kill Xayah. So she would have been dead if you did a red Q. After that, you can continue to fight, but your Nautilus isn't here yet. Your Jinx is low. So you typically here, after killing the Xayah, you would just back out. Push mid, reset for example, spend your gold, go to dragon. Enemy team won't do dragon anyway right now with Xayah who's dead. And Milio who's low. So you can just recall there, and then with your Nidalee hopefully walk out of base with all of your gold spent, and you wouldn't be strong. Instead, you overforced it, you had to flash for Xayah because you focused Milio, and then you fought way too long here. So that's my main issue, and then ultimately you die. Okay, you go into Riftmaker here, which I think is fine this game. You could go Deathcap instantly, but I think Riftmaker is also fine. As the fights will typically be longer due to the nature of the team comp. Like a Nautilus, a Fiora, a Riven, a Diana. Those are champions who typically like to fight a long time. Okay. No, here you tell your Fiora to go bot lane. There's no reason for Fiora to go top. You go top here, and you tell your Fiora to go bot. Why? 1, Herald is up. So if you want to fight, you can easily do it. Fiora has teleport. 2, also for the turrets. Fiora can easily take the bot lane turret. You will struggle a lot with it. But top lane you will shine a lot more. So here you go top. And you ask your Fiora to go bot lane. Otherwise right now you're forced to go bot. Because you can't be mid. Because your teammates need to soak solo gold, solo XP. And somebody needs to defend bot turret as well. So here, what are we doing here? Like, what are you going to do here? If you walk mid lane right now, straight out of base, what are you achieving? You don't have some, so you're basically a minion right now. And we're not taking solo gold, solo XP. We have 100 farm at 16 minutes in the game. Right? You need to get back to farming instantly. Caston is getting solo gold, solo XP in the bot lane, and you're taking it from your mid laner. Why? Why? Instantly go bot. You need to sprint bot lane. And now Caston has tempo because you didn't match him in the side lane. Now, you had to go bot lane to collect waves, or you didn't even collect the wave. I feel like Nidalee had to do it because you were so late to the move. So you even gave up the minions. You rotate way too slowly. And now Caston didn't have anything to do in the side lane left anymore because he already shoved the wave. So now he had tempo to move to mid lane, whereas you were forced to go bot lane if you didn't want to lose all the golden XP. Right? So it sucks. You give tempo to the Caston to do whatever he wants, and you're not doing what you need to do. You randomly walk mid to force something without sums. Right? It doesn't make sense. Okay, we're finally in the side lane though. Okay, and then this is what doesn't make sense typically. Typically you shove wave, but you don't really take the turret necessarily. You look to, after doing this, you look to move to mid lane, for example. There's not really a reason for you to stay anymore in the side lane. You can take the turret, but even with Demolish, you're not that great at taking turrets. It's going to take way too long. It's not your champion identity. Right? Instead here, you could look to move to mid lane. Your Ghost is about to come up and potentially look to fight there. And then the minions will be pushing towards your side of the lane while you do all of the fighting, so you don't miss a lot in the side lane. So you could move here, obviously. Now, again, you are bot lane, so moving all the way to the top lane Herald is just int at this point. So you might as well take the turret right now. But I mean, this should have happened in the top lane. You should have been top lane right now. Shift the wave up till their turret, and then you can potentially move to a Herald fight. This is why this feels so bad. We're right now a level 11 Vladimir, and we're taking a bot lane turret while a Herald fight is going on. It feels so bad, right? So you should have been top. Fiora would have been able to take this turret. She's doing nothing. She's farming right now. So she should have been taking this turret instantly, bot lane. You should have been top lane, farming and moving to this fight because your Ghost would be up and you would be useful. So yeah, that's a very big issue. The lane assignment here is kind of screwing with you, you know. And you basically did that to yourself. You didn't tell Fiora to go bot. So now all we're doing is taking a turret. Vladimir is not good at taking turrets. Okay, you can take this for free because they're still all mid. But it doesn't feel good, right? Yeah, your entire team is getting annihilated, and what did you get? What did you get? Think of this. 18 minutes in the game, your team basically gets completely annihilated, and what did you get in return? You got a bot lane turret that means shit. Right? It doesn't mean anything. Fiora could have taken 2 turrets in the time that you took 1, and you could have moved to that fight and be of a lot more value than the Fiora, because you're a fat Vladimir right now. Right? And Vladimir is also just 10 times better in teamfights than the Fiora. So you were the pusher and she was a team fighter. Just because of lane assignments. So keep that in mind next time. Okay, we have our 2-item power spike. We're relatively strong. We're about to have 2 sums up. So now what is our goal? Right, what is our goal? We try to side lane on the side of the objective that's about to spawn. I would say that's Dragon. So I would go bot lane right now if possible. And then use my sums for the next Dragon fight, for example. Does Fiora still have teleport? I don't think she has teleport right now, so I guess that's why she wants to be bot, but you should be bot. I don't care if Fiora wants to be bot, you should be bot right now for the sole purpose of this. If she goes bot, you cannot go top if Dragon is about to spawn. Right? You won't be able to do it. That means nobody will be top lane. You will have to be mid lane, soaking gold XP with your bot lane here. And what is your Fiora gonna do bot lane? Even if a Dragon fight happens and Fiora moves to that fight, she's not going to be of great value because it's a Fiora. She's a lot better of pushing while a fight is going on. So even though she doesn't have teleport, it's a lot better to put her on the top side. So even though she's not at the fight, she will still get a lot of value. If you go top lane right now, again, you're going to miss the fight because you don't have TP and you don't offer any pushing for when people are fighting. So you can't really achieve anything during that fight. So now you're kind of forced. Now Dragon is not spawning yet, so you can go top to take a wave, but then you will instantly have to move mid lane again to make sure you're close enough to the Dragon that will spawn in like, what, 2 minutes? So it's not ideal. So what do we do here? Why are we setting this up? Why are we... No, go back to farming. None of this. None of this. I really hate this. None of this. We're not fighting for a skirmish in the jungle. We're fighting for Baron. We're fighting for Dragon. That's what we're thinking of. Instead, go farming right now. You're level 11 at 19 minutes. Right? You need to get more XP. You need to get more gold. There's a nice juicy top wave. Go get it. Look, you're not getting it, so your Nidalee is getting it. You can't even blame her at this point because you're not taking the side waves. She took your side waves bot lane, she took them top lane. What are you guys doing here? Enemy team is pushing mid lane, you're not getting anything done. Your bot lane should be mid lane, defending turrets, taking waves, you should be top lane. You guys shove out the waves, and once the waves are shoved out, that's when you make plays. Right? But you're not doing any of that. Yeah, now you're this deep in the enemy team. Like all of this, I hate it. I hate it. What are you going to do? She's just going to walk away. Just go top lane. Go top lane. Again, we're still not farming. Jesus. Go back to farming. Go back to farming. Right? Go back to farming. You use your ultimate right now. You use your ghost right now. You're going to be useless at the next Baron or Dragon fight. And we flash. And we flash. Why? Like, we wasted 2 sums. We wasted ultimate for nothing. All of this, literally all of this was avoided. Literally all of this was avoided if you just went farming. Right? If you just went farming. Like, I like what your Fiora says. What are you guys even fighting for? Nice throw, guys. Right? Nidalee, well, she does not want to talk. But the Fiora here, what are you guys even fighting for? Indeed, what are you guys fighting for? What are you guys doing? You're a Vladimir and you're playing like a Zed, like you or like a LeBlanc where you constantly need to pick off people. Go farm. Go farm until the next objectives or until it's like an emergency fight that you have to join. But you right now have about 6 CS per minute on a Vladimir. And you're playing versus a Kassadin. Right? So don't. You need to have at least, like this game, it's so easy. Nothing could stop you in the side lane. It's such a chill game for you to scale. So you could easily have like 10 CS per minute this game. Would have been very easy if you just go to the side lane. Nothing has been stopping you from going to the side lane but yourself. And now, hey, Dragon is up. Yay, what are we gonna do? Well, you don't have any sums. And also you have the same items of like look, I'm gonna go back here and wait until you have until you haven't finished your Rift Maker. So it's about here. So you come out of base with these items right now at 18 minutes, 17 seconds. When is that dragon fight happening? So here at 21 minutes, so 3 minutes later, you have the exact same items in your inventory. You know why? One, you haven't spent 1k gold, and two, a very important one, you haven't been farming since then. So you're right now weak. You're 6-3 Vladimir who's weak. You're level 12. You're under-leveled right now because you're not soaking enough XP and gold. You're under-itemed right now or under-itemized right now. Now we are bot lane with Baron up. Why are we bot lane with Baron up right now, right? Not ideal. So right now you tell your Fiora to go bot. You tell your Fiora to go bot. You need to be top lane right now. If a Baron fight happens, you need to be able to react. Or at least give the chance. I think it's very unlikely that you guys will be able to contest them, but you need to have the chance of contesting them. Fiora should be matching the Riven. She has an easier time doing so. And two, she probably has teleport. We can see it here when you press tab. She has teleport as well to go to the Baron. So don't let yourself get screwed because of bad lane assignments of your top laner. Tell her at least to go bot. If she doesn't listen, she doesn't listen. But at least then you did your job and you try to get her bot lane. It is what it is. Right? But you can't say, hey, yeah, my top laner is not doing this or not doing this if you don't even ask them to do it. Right? I always say, I like this analogy, teammates are puppets and you control them with your hands like the wires that are binded to your hands. Right? And those wires, the way you control your puppets, your teammates are pings in League of Legends. So at least try to control them with your pings. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but you might as well try. Now, hey, your Nidalee dies, they're going to take Baron. You're not even in the spot to control, or like to contest it or to stop them. And you basically undergo the game. This is the main issue. At this point, I don't see any point in reviewing this anymore. Because many mistakes, right, which is obvious, you're going to get a lot of improvement if you have more mistakes. But so laning phase wise, the main things were you didn't play aggressively enough, right, with the Kassadin. The two main issues were this. There were multiple issues, but the two main issues were this. Number one, you weren't aggressive enough with the Kassadin. You had to punish him enough and play with your range more, right? So just play your champion more to its limits, play with the range, no abuse the fact that you're range and that he's melee, and really fully attack him whenever he wants to go for a minion. Number two, well, there were three issues, I would say, in lane. Number two was you gave too much tempo to the Kassadin. You didn't really want to match your recalls with his, or like keep in mind that he has teleport and that he might get tempo from that. He got some roams off, killed your bot lane a couple of times, I think. So that's very important one. And number three, your warding was basically non-existent. Your warding was, yeah, throughout the entire game, mostly non-existent. So those were the three main things in the laning phase. Then in the mid-game, lane assignments, I would say, are your biggest issue. Your lane assignments, if you're on the bad lane, it's going to be very difficult to impact the map properly. You take turrets when your entire team is getting killed. You are bad at turrets. Meanwhile, you have a split pusher who's taking waves. While you should be taking the wave stop, she should be taking two turrets, bot lane, for example, while that fight happens. And then potentially you can even move to the fight while she takes the turrets. So that's a very important one as well. And then the second thing in the mid and late game would be the fact here that you don't use your summoner spells properly. You waste them for fights that have zero value. You need to keep them and synchronize them with your item power spikes and your ultimate, and synchronize them with objective timers. If a Baron is spawning or a Dragon is spawning, you want your Ghost and Flash to be up. You want to play off a fresh item power spike. You want your ultimate to be up. What you do is you randomly join fights, you waste your Flash, you waste your Ghost for no reason at all, and then when a Dragon spawns or a Baron spawns, you are useless. And then typically not only are you useless at the fight, typically you are not even at the fight because you're in the wrong lane, not being able to move to the fight. right? So many mistakes here, but I think that's fine, right? The more mistakes you make, the more you can improve, like I said. It's just you need to make the mistakes clear for yourself. And that's hopefully what I did right now. Try to conclude them. You can maybe try to write them down in a notepad, and then afterwards you can focus on them by trying to eliminate each and every problem one thing at a time. For example, in your next game, you start focusing on punishing your lane opponents more whenever they want to walk up for a minion, things like that. That could be your main issue, your main thing that you want to focus on. Your next couple of games, you want to focus on placing wards and hovering those wards consistently and keeping track of the jungler and potentially even the support if they have a more roaming support than Emilio this game. For example, they might have a Rakan or something. So you want to keep track of like the jungle tracking and the support tracking as well in your next games. And just, you tackle each problem just like that, right? You tackle it, you focus on those problems a couple of games. At that point, they will start becoming muscle memory. You will be getting used to this. And then you can start focusing on new problems and just adding them to your fundamentals list, basically. The items that you don't really have trouble with. They will just feel like breathing. Everything will go automatic. But with that being said, I think that's the majority here of the game. I don't think there's much point in reviewing the rest of the game here. As up until this point, this game could have looked completely different with the way you've played. So yeah, keep that in mind and focus on the things that I just said. Thank you for watching. Thank you for asking for the review. Everybody else here, hopefully you learned something from this review. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. And don't forget on your way out here to leave a like and subscribe. Alright guys, thank you. See you next time.